Welcome back to Broken Bobby's Transformation page. If you are new to the page, welcome. Uh, Give me a subscribe, drop a comment, smash that like button, and share this video so we can get the message out. Today, the topic is the first mission I went on in prison. Now, this is North Kern, once again, also known as Delano. This is a reception center. So basically, over the last 5 to 6 years, I'd spent more time in jail and prison than I did out. And when I landed in prison, I wrote a letter to my wife, basically telling her that she didn't have to wait for me. If she wanted to move on and find somebody else that was going to treat her and my kids well, that, I was okay with it, because prison had become my career. Basically, at this point in my life, I was pretty messed up in the head because of the drugs and everything. So I send that letter off to her, and I go up to the rep, Larry. This is the hardcore level 4 GP killer OG. And I tell him, hey, whatever needs to be done, my hand is raised. Now, in reception, typically there's not a whole lot of stuff going on like that. There's a lot more of that stuff when you hit the main line. But, I let it be known, hey, I'm front line for you. Like, I was already 30 years old, which I was a little bit older. But, I'm here, Larry. Put me to work if you need me. That way I can get my name out there better. I figured, if this was going to be my career, I might as well try to be good at it. So, yeah, the hand was raised, and something come up. So it's kind of petty, but there was a wood. I don't remember where he was from, but he was basically refusing to program with the exercise. Now, if you're part of the wood pile, you are expected to do at least 123 burpees a day for the wood pile. And now, in my opinion, you should be doing at least that, because if you're trying to survive in there, when some shit kicks off, like, you need all the wind you can get. If you get taken to the ground, that could be your life. So, you want to be as physically fit as you can be. And, maybe I harped on that a little bit more because of how serious everything was, And now, somebody not exercising, I don't think that's the biggest infraction in the world. You know what I mean? You could do a lot worse, for sure. But one thing I will say about being in prison is every time there's a discipline or a removal that takes place, all the other races are paying attention. All the other segment groups that are on that yard are paying attention to what you're capable of. And, like, a lot of people call it putting down a demo. And what I mean by that is, how violent can you be? Like, are you skilled at this shit? Are you whacked? You know what I mean? Does it take 3 guys to take one guy off? Everybody's paying attention, and especially in reception, because like I've said in previous videos, there ain't a whole lot of program there. So you're just basically hyper focused on everything else that's going on and what all the other group segments are doing. So old boy didn't want to do the workouts. So Larry called me back there and he said, you and another guy were going to go. And basically, dude was going to do his fucking burpees, or we were going to get on him. And he gave me a small piece. It wasn't anything spectacular or anything. It was just a couple inches long, more to send a message, I think, than anything. Like, it wasn't to kill the guy or anything, but you know, there had just been a removal by the Southsiders in that building, and they poked the hell out of somebody. So, getting back to the point of the demo, they put their demo down. Now it was our turn. So we got to try to outdo what they're doing, so that everybody else kind of looks at us and says, "Damn, do we really want to fuck with these guys?" Even though when shit goes down, it really don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, if it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down. Ain't nobody afraid. So, or at least you don't show it. So me and this other guy, we go over there, and basically we let him know, hey, you know, you need to knock these burpees out, and if you don't, there's going to be consequences. And I didn't tell him I had a sharp object in my pocket that I was planning to hit him with if he couldn't complete it. But basically, he figured he was going to get jumped if he didn't do them. So going in, like, this was, like I said, this is my first mission. I don't know what really to expect, but honestly, when that piece was put in my hand, it got my heart rate going, and I was thinking, oh shit, where, am I really gonna have to poke holes in this guy because he don't want to work out? But that was the reality of the situation. So we go over there, and keep in mind, this is a tactical thing too. Like, a lot of times when somebody gets removed from a yard, what they'll do is they'll go and work the guy out first. And what that does is it gets your heart rate flowing, so that when you do get poked up, you bleed out. Think about that for a minute. So we get over there, and dude was a big boy. You know what I mean? So he gets to doing them, and I'm just thinking, fuck, I hope he finishes this. I really don't want to do this. But my hand was raised, and it is what it is. So he's doing them, and basically the plan was, like, a lot of times when removals are done, or when something like this is going to happen, basically I'm the hitter. I'm going to poke him up a few times, and then I'm going to move away from the situation, and the other guy's the bomber. Basically, he's going to get on him and just hands and feet all over him. To basically, he's the diversion, so I can get away and lose the piece. And it's harder to make a case against somebody if there's no weapon. So dude's doing these burpees, he's huffing and he's puffing, and eventually he gets to that golden number of 123. And we give him a handshake and tell him that's what's going to be expected from him every day moving forward. And I didn't have to do that. And the irony of this story is, a couple days later, I get a letter back from the wife, and she tells me, "Are you fucking stupid? Why would I move on? You're not going to be there that long, dummy. Just do your fucking time and come home." So, yeah, I was on a 2-year sentence. So, I did like 13 months or something, 14 months by the time I got out. But so now I get this letter back, and now I got to go talk to Larry again. Tell him, hey, you know what I was saying about hand being raised and all, just kidding. So, we chop it up a little bit, and keep in mind, like, I had been in a couple of riots already in the county jail, and put in some work in LA County as well. So word travels pretty quickly when you're locked up, and they knew who I was before I even got there. And he made it clear that he was cool with that, and just to, you got to jump if something kicks off, which that's mandatory anyways. So everything was all good with that. I didn't have to do anything that would alter my life forever. Thank God. But The point of this story is if you take care of business on the streets and you you take care of the family, you pay your bills and do that kind of shit and don't run around being a hoodlum, then you won't have to worry about being put into situations like this. So just remember family, freedom, and fitness. If you take care of all of those things, everything's going to be good. And one of my listeners made a comment, and I want to repeat it, about family. If you're blood, you're related. If you're loyal, you're family. And that's the way I look at things. Most of the people that are close to me and in my inner circle aren't actually family, like blood, but they're loyal, and I'm loyal to them as well. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have a bunch of family necessarily around you, it's the ones that are going to treat you the way that you treat them that are our family. Don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.